Hello there! So, our learning target today is converting units using proportional relationships. So more applications of why we use actual proportions in life. It's great, especially when you have to scale down different recipes or baking is a whole other world. Okay, expectations. Remember to use twice this video's length. Pause, rewatch, change playback speed. And they're notes for your future self. So watch your handwriting. Make sure they're organized. And here's our after the video. Okay. So, table of contents, we are on convert units, which is going to be page 10. Our last one in unit 1, part 2. We can do it! All right, so we are going to have this beginning piece, so copy this all down. And then after this piece, we're going to have 4 quick examples. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have 3 examples. I'm going to call them A, B, and C. That uses up our whole piece of paper. So we have all of our unit information, 4 quick examples, and then actually using them in a more of a word problem format. So our first example, oh, I do want to go over these. 12 inches to 1 foot. This double tick mark, the double quotes, the quote mark, that would be inches, and the 1 tick mark, the apostrophe, means feet. So if you see those, that's what they mean. Exact same thing. 3 feet is 1 yard. 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. 16 ounces of a weight is equal to 1 pound. So that's how heavy something is. And 2,000 pounds is equal to 1 ton. If you want to, ask your parents to go look at their manuals for their cars or whatever car that you have near you and see how many tons your car is, because vehicles are heavy, okay? 8 fluid ounces, so if you have a cup of water, that volume is the amount of water you have. It's not how much it weighs, it's just how much water is there. That's called 1 cup. If you have 2 cups of water or 16 fluid ounces, that is 1 pint. 2 pints, 1 quart. 4 quarts, 1 gallon. All right, so if we have 64 yards, I want to know how many feet that is. So looking at these, I want to know if I have 1 yard, how do I get to feet? What am I doing from a yard to a foot? I'm going from 1 yard, I'm multiplying by 3 to get to 3 feet. So I want to do 64 times 3. You can use a calculator, but you don't have to. You can use long multiplication, totally fine. Or try this. What's 3 times 6? 18. Stick a 0 on there. So it's 180. All right, remember 180. What's 3 times 4? 12. So what's 180 plus 12? Should be 192. Okay, so this is 192. And so it's 192 feet. Example 2. I have 190 cups, and I want to know how many pints that is. All right? So, I have 190 cups and pints. I have a cups and a pint related here. If I'm going from cups to pints, am I multiplying or dividing? I'm dividing by how much? 2 divided by what makes 1? 2. So, I'm going to take 190 cups, and I'm going to divide it by 2. So, we're going to do piece by piece. What's half of 100? 50. What's half of 90? 45. What's 50 plus 45? 95. So this will be 95 pints. All right, and then number 3, I'll change colors so we can differentiate them a little better. Number 3, 29 gallons is how many quarts? So relating gallons and quarts is this last one over here. If I have 29 gallons, how do I get from gallons to quarts? I'm multiplying by 4. So 29 multiplied by 4. What's 4 times 20? 80. 4 times 9, use your fingers trick, 36. So 80 plus 36 is 116. So it should be 116 quarts. All right, number 4, I have 5 cups, and how many fluid ounces is that? So if I have 5 cups, so cups and fluid ounces, we're up here. Okay, how do I go from cups to fluid ounces? Am I dividing or multiplying? I'm multiplying by how much? 8. So what is 5 multiplied by 8? 40. So I have 40 fluid ounces. Okay. Last 3 examples. It is recommended that you drink 64 fluid ounces of water, and water is H2O, in a day or per day. This is what's recommended, drinking 64 fluid ounces of water per day. So, how many cups is this? Okay, so I'm going to look at your tap. I want you to look at your tap, all right? So I want to look, where is fluid ounces related to cups? And then how do you go from fluid ounces to cups? Are you multiplying or are you dividing? And what are you multiplying or dividing by? So you should take the 64 and divide by 8. 64 divided by 8 is 8 cups. All right. B, African bush elephants grow up to a size, so elephants grow to a size of about 12,000 pounds. Okay, when in 4th grade we were learning about this, they told me that a loaf of bread is about a pound. So it's not quite. I mean, sometimes it's heavier, sometimes it's lighter, depending on the ingredients. But so think about 1 loaf of bread. Now think about 12,000 loaves of bread. That's how much an elephant can weigh. Okay, so I want to know how many tons, and I'm capitalizing the T because that's how we abbreviate ton, is with a capital T. How many tons do elephants weigh? I.e., how many tons is 12,000 pounds? So go up to your weight information, and going from pounds to tons, do we multiply or divide? And by what? So we're going to take that 12,000 and we're going to divide by 2,000. Notice that this 12,000 is in pounds and this 2,000 is in pounds. When you have the same number divided by itself, so for example, if I have 5 divided by 5, what's the answer? 1. Okay? You ignore everything else, it just turns into a 1. So think about that. The pounds are going to disappear and my answer will now be in tons. So that's what I know to divide by or multiply by, is to undo those units. Okay, if that confused you, ignore it then. Just 12,000 divided by 2,000. All right, and the last one, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that the Minnesota Women's NBA, Women's National Basketball Association team is called the Lynx, because that's maybe why they're in our question. So the Lynx are in the Women's National Basketball Association finals. And so in a basketball court, the court is 92 feet long from baseline to baseline. So where the basket is to where the basket is, where they're planted. All right. And then I want to know how many yards is the length. Because in football, they call it yards. So you know that's a 100-yard field because 50 is in the middle. So you go 50 and then 50. And football does everything by yards. So I want to compare a basketball court to a football court. So our football field. So I need to know how many yards a basketball court is to compare it to the football one. So to go from feet to yards, think about multiplying or dividing. And by what? So you should have 92 feet, and we are going to be dividing it by 3 feet, and that's going to get us yards. It'll get us 30 and 2/3, because 3 goes into 90 30 times, and there's 2 left over, so it's 2/3 yards. Wow. a basketball court is about a third of a football field. That's ridiculous. I mean, they're running a lot more because their plays are a lot longer, but whew, interesting. All right, so here's our after the video. Pause, reflect, and have a great day. Bye.